Well, we know that when you were looking for things to do here in the Bay Area or across the state, Taste and See Tampa Bay is a great resource for us right here at the station. But when it comes to, okay, for moms and parents with young ones and trying to figure out where good places are to go with the kids, that's when we bring in Tampa Bay Parenting Magazine and Miss Laura Byrne. Good to see you, Laura.
Hi, good to see you too. We always see Zach out and about too. I tell you what, it's
I
like we're kind of
know.
on the same page, right? I love it.
But this is what I love about you, though, Laura, because your perspective is what my perspective tends to be is like, okay, can we really go there with the kids? How safe is it? What do we need to know about parking and this? You're asking the questions that I need to know, too.
Yeah, we're usually testing it out on our kids too. So they're our guinea pigs for you all.
Yep. Well, you have found some great places. And again, we've talked about this a lot with how blessed we are to not only live in Florida, but live in the Bay Area that offers so much. And this is the time of the year, people, of course, looking to cool off. It's starting to get hot again. So let's start with Adventure Island. I know you recently took the family there.
Yeah, I love Adventure Island. They just reopened for the season. As you know, we missed a good amount of time there at the park last year because of the COVID-19 pandemic, but it is reopened. Just keep in mind, you're going to need to bring your face mask for a lot of those areas as you're getting food or maybe walking to the area where you're going to be setting up shop and then going on the water slides. But obviously, you don't need the mask when you're in the water. But one thing, if you haven't been on it yet, it opened last year, days before they had to close, unfortunately. But the Solar Vortex, it is such a fun ride. And what I love about it is that it is family friendly. You can go on it with the kids. I went on it with my 7-year-old who actually just turned 8. Got to remember that. And it could be 2 or 4 riders at a time. And I would say, depending on how tall your kid is, 4 to 5 years old is when they can probably start going on that ride. Maybe even younger if they're on the tall side, but a really fun ride. They've got the aqualescence, so it's play on the sun, and it's just really, really cool. We went on it over and over and over again. Just beware, you do have to carry the tube up yourself. So mom, that's probably going to be on you. I tried to get my kid to do it and help, and no help at all.
But good to know. All right, then more on the nature side. There's still a little bit of time to see manatees at Crystal River. You say this is a great spot to take the kids.
Yeah, swimming with the manatees. This is something we did with the Adventure Center and Plantation on Crystal River. There are a lot of tours up there on Crystal River in Homosassa. This is the only area not in the world, but in the United States where you can swim with the manatees legally. Now, you can't just go up and touch them. This is not how it works. You're a passive observer, but just to be there in the water as you're floating on the surface with your snorkel and just seeing them in their own environment, it is the coolest thing you will ever see. And they are just very curious creatures. They will kind of come up to you. So don't get too spooked or too scared. But I definitely recommend doing that at least once and just finding one of those reputable tour companies because they're going to educate you about manatees, how we can protect them, especially if we're boaters. And again, just as a passive observer.
We only have a little less than 2 minutes left. There's a couple stats. And by the way, the magazine is a great place to find out some of this stuff as well. Show off that cover, Yep,
we're a monthly magazine. This is kind of that moment in time from the Super Bowl. We went not a posed picture. We really wanted to capture that. So thank you to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for providing that photo for us. But we're every month, of course, TampaBayParenting.com. It's where we're posting a lot of our trending stories and a lot of outdoor stuff. One park that, Carly, it's amazing, and you have to go is Edward Medard Conservation Park in Plant City.
I'm just now hearing about this place.
Yes. And I'm from here too, just like you are. And I hadn't heard about it until a friend posted it on social media. And it's an old phosphate mine. They planted trees on it. So over time, it eroded and the tree roots are exposed. And you really just feel like you're in a different world. And there are hills. Almost feels like you're in a mountain for Florida, right? Because we're so flat here. And it's the most magical place for kids. They can really open up their imaginations, get some energy out. So look for the park, the playground, and then the trees are just beyond that. But it does cost $2 to get into the park because it is a county park. So you pay that at the park.
Okay. Speaking of parks, I love the park over at Bach Tower Gardens. If you're looking for a place also to take the kids outside to burn off some energy.
Yeah. This is one that we recently discovered with the kids. We were at Legoland and I was like, you know what? We're only 20 minutes away from Bach Tower. I want to go check this place out for myself. I've heard friends talk about it, and the children's garden there, it's fairly new within the last few years, and it is just beautiful, huge, so many places for them to explore. It's all natural, all outside. There's even a splash pad area. So bring a towel or maybe even a little bathing suit. They're not going to get soaked, but they're going to get cooled off. But it's just a really magical park, and they offer reciprocal discounts. So if you happen to be a member of Mosey or the Florida Aquarium, you're going to get 50% off. So that's nice.
Yeah. Well, Laura, I know you guys have also done some things on You Pick. People can go to the website and on your social media on where you can find out about some good spots for that as well. I love supporting local farms here in the Bay Area. So, Laura, thank you. Always so good to see you. You and your family. Take care, all right?
You too.